Hello guys, welcome to Rex Arthur TV. This is the Rex Arthur Show where we discuss LGBTQ issues with an LGBTQ perspective and an LGBTQ approach in an LGBTQ plus planet where each and every one of us belongs to one or two letters in the sexual alphabet LGBTQIAAP. And today we are going to be flowing in the river of thought, love of Fikir. That's our philosophical playlist. And because I was thinking about data, and actually come to think of it, we are data beings, data is everything and is in everything. And everything in the world is data. Now, what is data? According to the internet, data means facts and statistics collected together for reference or analysis. Then the other definition is the quantities, characters, or symbols on which operations are performed by a computer, which may be stored and transmitted in the form of electrical signals and recorded on magnetic, optical, or mechanical recording media. And in philosophy, it means things known or assumed as facts making the basis of reasoning and calculation. Now, look at the philosophical definition of data. Things. What is a thing? It is a matter. And what are things known? Things sensed. The sense of taste, the sense of hearing, the sense of touch. Okay, let's go through the senses. The sense of hearing is knowledge through hearing. The sense of smell is knowledge through smelling. The sense of touch is knowledge through touch. The sense of taste is knowledge through taste. The sense of sight is knowledge through sight. The sense of intuition is knowledge through the psyche, which is a combination of all the senses. In fact, what intuition is, intuition means intuition is actually nonsense, meaning you don't need a sensory gate to be intuitive. It is knowledge from within. That is intuition. Intuition meaning no tuition. Nobody has taught you. You see, we learn through the mouth. We learn through the sensory gates. We learn through the mouth, we learn through the nose, we learn through the eyes, we learn through the ears, we learn through the skin, which is touch. That's why when you have sex, it's knowledge through touch. Yes. When you touch, you see the penis is skin. The penis is skin. And when it enters the internal skin membranes, like the vagina and the anus and the mouth, your mouth has skin, internal skin, that has a lot of mucus and saliva. That is, so when the penis, which is skin, enters the mouth, which has skin inside, it is pleasurable. And that touch can lead the penis to release fluids inside the mouth or the vagina or the anus. That's what you need to understand. So sex is actually the sense of touch, which is governed by the skin. Yes, that's why even when someone touches you, and he caresses you, it is still sexual. It feels good. Someone spanks you, someone strokes your hair. Yes, it's sexual. It's because sex is touch. And remember, as I said in the other video, you don't have to touch people with your hands. You can even touch them with your feet, even with your face, with your nose. You can play with each other's nose. That is still touch at work, because the main organ in touch is skin. So these things, these sensory gates are knowledge gates. And intuition does not have a gate. It is knowledge from within. Knowledge from within. That's why when you're paranoid, you see, mental disorders, they affect people. They are disorders from within, because all of these thoughts, the thought life is an internal lifestyle that is built through the brain. So you have to understand about intuition that way. Now, back to the topic. So data is everything. Now, the philosophical definition is the best, because it's saying things known, and I've told you things sensed. So when you eat pizza, pizza is a thing that is being known, and then it makes the basis of reasoning or calculation. What makes the basis of the reasoning? It is the thing known. You see, that's why pizza has a name, because when you taste something, that is when you know something that has certain ingredients, it is called pizza. And then that's when you reason that I've just eaten a pizza. Why? Because the ingredients of pizza are like this. So what does this mean? When you're eating, you are putting data inside. So what am I trying to say? In conclusion, we are computers. Let's put a picture so that it can be a nice we are computers. That's who we are. That's who we are. We are always putting data. And now in a pizza, you know, pizza, when you deduce pizza to very small particles, you can even count how much grams of flour or how many grams of cheese. All of those, that measuring, those are calculations. They form that data. So it's beautiful. Then the body is a computer, which is also a data machine. Remember what I said about the DNA. DNA is deoxynucleic acid. Let's go back to the definition now, because I think there is something very important. Now we'll go to the scientific definition. Data is the quantities. Quantities. So data is a quantity. As I've told you, when you drink water, you're drinking a quantity. When you see a thing like a shoe, your eye is seeing a quantity. When you hear a song, you are hearing a quantity. Data is also characters. When you read a book, you are reading characters. And when you are doing mathematical calculations, or you read a mathematical calculation, you are reading data, symbols. Then on this data, these things called quantities, characters, and symbols, operations are performed by a computer. So your body is a computer that performs operations on that data. That's why when you eat, the stomach performs operations on those quantities that have come to the computer called the stomach. So not only is your body a computer, it is a it's a computer with very many computers, and data is transported there. So everything, I had a friend of mine who had already talked about this situation, very brilliant philosopher, and I think also an LGBTQ philosopher, though I didn't know his sexual orientation, and I love him to boot for explaining African LGBTQ science. And he had already explained this thing very well. He had an article, and let me just say his name. He's called John Thomas Didymus. Very brilliant guy. And he wrote about this before. And where he said that, every body part, our body, the cells, they are computers, they are computers. And when operations come, when data comes to the cells, body cells, they do operations. So any part in your body that can do an operation, it is a computer. The red blood cells, computer. Then diseases are also computers. You see? This is why viruses, when they come inside, they replicate. They perform an operation based on the data in them. Because a computer, a virus, replicates itself. It can reproduce. You know why a computer cannot build a computer? Well, excuse me. Computers are going to start building computers. AI manufacturers are now coming up, whereby you feed data into a computer and it can create a computer without human effort. That's where we are going. Have you seen these AI musical instruments? Even the keyboard that has beats, it can play drums. But now they're making better keyboards and synthesizers that can make beats as if a human is doing it, because all beats are supposed to be outcome based, outcome music. But guess what? Even though AI can do it, I still value human intelligence. Reason, human intelligence is you see why human intelligence is great? Like a virus, it can replicate itself. What do I mean by replication? It can create. An AI musician can only create music based on the knowledge it has. However, there are some AI musicians that are better than human musicians because the number of outcomes it has are more than the number of outcomes the human musician has. So the fault of the human is not that he is not good, but is that he has less data to perform operations compared to the AI musician. That's why some people can beat a chess computer, an AI computer in chess, because the human has more outcomes in their head. Their IQ is very high, and so they can maneuver and beat a computer. Like the Russian chess player, I think he's still number one. So that's the beauty of AI. The war we're having, we're having a war between AI and manual intelligence, or human intelligence. But there, in some areas, AI is going to pass man, because if you have an AI computer that's a supercomputer, you know what a supercomputer is? It is able to store a lot of data, billions and billions of data, and able to perform operations very fast. The moment we get those supercomputers, we are done, because they will be able to calculate things for us. That's why I said in another video a long time ago, in the old River of Thought, Love of Ikiri channel, that predictions are gone because AI is going to predict for you everything. You don't need a prophet. Everything they are able, but they have to have as many outcomes as possible of what can happen. Like, let's say there are prophecies, there are prophets who say that so and so is going to die, you know, if you've gone to Christian churches. Now, an AI computer will list all the people in the country that have the identity of that person, that this person is a rich person, he has, what do you call it? Let's say he's a businessman and is going to die. So the AI computer will collect all the businessmen in the country or in the world, but let's say the country, and then give all prophets in the country, like let's say there are 1,000 businessmen who are very rich, then you have 1,000 prophets. So each prophet in the country receives the name of one of those businessmen. And then the prophecy passes, and it's one prophet who got it right, because the other prophet said it's this one. Like, there's a very interesting one that's happened in Congo. The guy who has won the Congo election, there is a prophet, and he's on YouTube, I think. He said Shikedi was going to win the election. But another prophet will say, so and so is going to win. And there were, I think, 20 presidential candidates. So what does that mean? Those are 20 outcomes. So out of 20 prophets, one of them is going to be right. So this one who said Shikedi, he's a winner. He's a winner because his prediction came true. So this is what AI is doing. AI is going to create so many outcomes, and everybody will be able to say, I think it's this person who is going to die. I think it's this one. I think it's this one. So you see, everyone will be guessing. And it's not guessing, it is the outcomes, because you have said it's a businessman who is going to die. It's unbelievable. Again, like, sadly, what happened in Kenya, there was a bomb blast, or not a terrorist attack, sorry about that term. And this terrorist attack, they said a prophet had prophesied it was going to happen in January 2019. And what made me laugh is that, you see, a year is an outcome of 365 days. So you can make a prediction to fit in a prophetic prediction has to fit 365 days, and the accuracy of a prophet is he has to get the one day when he has a prophecy that there'll be a terror attack. Someone will ask, which day? January 30th, there will be a terror attack. 2019, there'll be a terror attack. Then you record that. Now, if it happens, then that prediction is mathematically accurate. So what am I trying to say? Because time is mathematically deduced and understood, therefore it is datable. Therefore, prophecies are also mathematically understood and therefore datable. That's why some true prophets, a true prophet or a very good prophet or predictor is one whose prophecies are accurate. Data. So this is one of the best videos I've ever done. I've had a eureka moment with it. So everything is data. The word of prophecy is data. Knowledge, the word of knowledge is data. And healing, as I've told you, when you're sick, viruses are data. Yes, foreign data into a computer. Do you know a computer, why is there Kaspersky? It's there to fight viruses. Why? Because a virus is also code. It is coded. And the antivirus program is a code that knows how to decode and destroy the virus, which is a code. So even in our human body, viruses are codes that destroy our computer. Because if a virus is good for a computer, why destroy it? I mean, why destroy HIV? People destroy HIV because it is foreign data. It does not help your body. Yes, so that's why so medicine is data. That's why it's chemicals. And as I told you, the human body, we are DNA. And what is DNA? It's an acid. And what is an acid? It's a chemical. That's why when you eat food, so it's just, basically we're just repeating ourselves when we say we are all chemicals. And it's just a very nice lesson. All right, guys. I'm so happy to have, this was just a philosophy. And as I've told you now, especially when it comes to prophecy and time, you see, that's why Ray Kurzweil predicted that technological singularity will happen in 2029. It's possible to calculate when it will happen to the T, because time is mathematical. And this is why people are right to say that God could actually be a computer. Yes, because humans are computers. Now, if humans are computers and humans are created in the image of God, then God is a computer. And angels are computers. Only that the way they understand data is not the way we understand data. You see, humans are very cunning. Yes, humans are very cunning. When I was thinking about this in the religious way, I was saying Jacob was a very strong man. He argued with the angel. He struggled. He wrestled with the angel. Now you ask yourself, how can a human being be so strong that he fights an angel? Because an angel should be very, very so strong that he doesn't even need to fight. He just throws you down. Poof, you're down. But he struggled with an angel. So, what does that mean? There are some angels who are not strong. Even that's what Daniel said. So sorry, I'm now going to theology. Daniel said that there was an angel who was fighting these prayers, which is data. You know, when you pray, it's data going to the heavens outside earth. It's outer space communication. So when the data was going up, the angel came back with data, the answer to Daniel. But he couldn't give it to him because there's another angel who is fighting him, the prince of Persia. And so he had to fight him. And when he was fighting him, the prince of Persia was stronger than him. So he called the archangel Michael to come and fight because he's a strong computer. Have you seen phones? A very powerful phone can do very powerful work compared to a powerless phone. So you call a powerless phone called Archangel Michael, come and save me because you are stronger. You can calculate. You see, there are some calculators that they are very weak. They can't do big calculations. So that's what happened to that angel. He was not a very big calculator. So he had to call the big calculator to fight, and that's what happened. And then he took the data to the calculator, the human calculator called Daniel, and he gave him data. So if you are to draw the world computer-wise, we are all computers. Everything is computerized. Natural computer, artificial computers. Artificial computers cannot reproduce themselves. However, we are getting to a place whereby AI computers will be able to manufacture things without human effort. And even the word manufacturing will be destroyed, because manufacturing comes from the word manual. meaning using the hand, manas in Latin. So if AI is going to start producing things like the 3D printed guns, the 3D printed caps, you know, you don't need a human, you just need a computer, and you feed it with data and it produces that object. Unbelievable. Oh my goodness, what a world we're living in. It's so enjoyable. And very soon, it's going to even change the economy of the world. Everything is changing because of IT, information technology, and artificial intelligence. And guess what? Information technology is the food you eat. Data. Yes. Because the food you eat can be deduced into information. I know I've eaten fish because it tastes like this, it has this number of chemicals in it, it has this number of things. So it's just a wonderful world. So that was just my philosophical thought. I leave it with you that way. Let's keep on thinking and let's keep on enjoying the world.